Welcome to Sex Talk with Dr. Carol Clark. I'm her producer, Tom. Dr. Clark, there's been a lot of talk about sex addiction in the headlines recently, given what happened with the mass shooting in Atlanta. I believe the shooter came forward and claimed that he was a sex addict, he was a porn addict, and there's been talk in the press and elsewhere in the media about whether this was at all related to his violent behavior. In your experience, is there any correlation with that? Are they making a false correlation and connection? What are your thoughts on all that?
Thank you. Yeah, this is a really hot topic. It comes up every so often, although I think this is the first, no, it's not the first time it's come up in such a horrifying way. There's been a few other cases where people have tried to excuse their behavior or somehow say I didn't have control of myself because I'm a sex addict. And the two are just simply not correlated. He may well be a sex addict. I don't know the man. He may well be a sex addict, but that certainly did not cause him to act out, to murder people, to, commit these horrible crimes. It doesn't cause anyone to commit horrible crimes. Okay, so it really upsets me when people try to say that sex addiction isn't real or it's not a thing because someone horrible, some psychopath, used it as an excuse. I mean, we can use any number of excuses for our behavior. My parents beat me. I've got a brain lesion. I've got 2 Y chromosomes. I have, there's all kinds of things that people can use to try to excuse their behavior. But at the end of the day, they need to be held accountable and responsible. What's done with them afterwards, as far as treatment or something, then maybe their whole persona, who they are, taken in total, can be taken in consideration. But when it comes to what they did and how the law treats them, they need to be held accountable like anyone else. And sex addiction doesn't cause people to do horrible things like kill people. That being said, sometimes people who are sex addicts will violate their own ethical codes. They will cheat on their partners. They will, spend money they don't have on sex workers or, strip clubs or something. So in that sense, being a sex addict could have some harmful consequences. That's the definition of addiction: is obsessive, compulsive, out of control behavior done in spite of negative consequences to self or others. So there's negative consequences involved in this. But those are more of the result of someone just doing anything to get their drug of choice. Okay, a heroin addict might break into your house and steal all your possessions to get enough money to get their heroin. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you're going to go out and kill people. It does, that is a function of some kind of delusion, some kind of pathology that says, I'm going to do this to try to stop the demons in my head, whatever those demons are. So please, please, please do not put these two things together. Just a final word on that. The man also, I believe, was calling himself a Christian. And certainly throughout recorded history, and I'm sure back to unrecorded history, people have done things in the name of religion, saying God made me do this, or my religion says I need to do this. And we don't throw out Christianity when that happens. And I know this can be, maybe push some buttons somewhere, but that's how it is. I feel strongly about this. I am a Christian, and I believe the teachings of Jesus Christ, love and forgive. That's the extent of it, love and forgive. And it hurts me to my heart when someone does something hateful, something vicious, something evil in the name of Christianity, because it's simply not true. But that doesn't people don't jump up and say, oh, see, Christianity, that's bullshit. There's no such thing, or that's crap. Nobody does that. They just say, oh, that, no, that's not what Jesus preached, or, they'll say something else, but we don't throw it out. And so it's the same thing with sex addiction. Sex addiction exists, it's a thing. And if people misuse it in a lot of different ways, um, whether they're therapists trying to rope you in and say, oh, you're a sex addict, let me treat you because you're a sex addict. And that's not always true either. Or somebody goes out and horribly kills innocent people and then tries to say, well, I'm a sex addict. No, they're not connected. Thank you.
Thank you.